My name is Kevin Hill. I'm Great Kids Life Coach. Thank you for coming, getting through all the traffic and all the delays. So this is my details, but you also have them on your leaflet. I will explain the leaflets in a moment. We will use those. My stand is just around the corner, 51B, literally just there. So please come and talk to me today. Get more information about what I do, who I am. Okay, right. I started off as a life coach only a few years ago. Before that, I worked with children many times, many years, and I've always worked with children most of my working life. I became unemployed and I was like, what do I do next? What's my next step? And I decided to find out about coaching. It seemed interesting. And as I found out about it, I realized that I'd already been doing coaching before, but without the coaching title. So I became certified. I'm certified as a coach in 2012. I particularly want to work with children because I've worked with children before and they have so much to deal with. It's like, why do they have to wait till they're 18 or be to university to get into personal development? They don't. They can take these things and these concepts much easier than a lot of what we can, than what we do, because they don't have all the baggage and all the bad experiences. So my idea is to teach them and train them from an early age how to deal with life, how to make informed choices, how to have the right mindset so that they can grow as a person, that they can grow not just as a child but also in their own way. I'm also an award-winning speaker, and I teach public speaking to the children as well. And my other strand of coaching is that I'm a suicide intervention coach. The two biggest groups that die by suicide are teens and middle-aged men. And I started that suicide intervention coaching. I became a coach, as I said, in 2012. Then last year I did my advanced suicide intervention training. Fused the two together so that I've got suicide intervention coach. So there's more details about that on the stand as well if you want to know more about that. Okay. All right. Today, this morning, I'm going to give you the 5 great steps of how you can propel your kids into greatness. Okay, so there's 5. G.R.E.A.T, great, 5. Okay, great kids. Yeah. Okay. First one, G, is quite simple. One of the biggest issues for kids is not limiting beliefs per se. It's not what's happening. One of the biggest issues is adults. Adults are in the way because we're adults, or we're parents or teachers or work with children, and we know what's best for them. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So the best thing to do, G, the first tip is get out of the way, okay? Let them make mistakes. Let them grow, okay? Did anybody here do long distance running? No? Oh, one. We have one long distance run. Okay. In a lot of things like marathons or long distance running, they have what's called a pacemaker. This is the guy at the front. He will set the pace. Okay, so this is what I want you to do with your children or the children that you work with. So you're running along, you're setting the pace, your kids are behind you, and then at the right time, you get out of the way so that they can run their race. That's what their job is. Not necessarily to win the race, but to let other people behind them win the race. So they literally run in, get out of the way, let them pass so that they can win. That is what I want you to do with your kids, okay? Or the kids, I say your kids, that means the kids that you work with, if you're a parent, so your kids that you work with, okay? So the first thing is get out of the way. Let me tell you a story. I was working a conference, it was 4 days, and there was a girl that came in, and she was really, really shy, and all she did was just play on her iPad, wouldn't look up, wouldn't talk, very shy, very insecure. Her parents were in another room having their conference things, and I was doing the work with the children. In between the group sessions, I worked with her one-on-one, and by the end of the 4 days, she was laughing. Her face had completely changed, I think, from being really depressed to laughing. She was joining in with all the activities. Because the parents were out of the way, I could work with her. The next one. Whoa, get back. I need 2 volunteers. 2 volunteers, quickly. Okay, 1, 2, come. Right, what I want you to do is I want you to hold that, really tight, right, but you've got to give it to her. Now take it. Okay? As parents, as parents or working with children, sometimes we hold on to them so tightly that we don't let them make mistakes. Right, open your hands. Now take it. See, if we hold our children lightly, then we can let them go. Make a mistake, but be there if they make a mistake. So, okay, what have you learned? Pick them up and carry on. Thank you very much. Yes, you got one of them. Right? So, keep your hands open. Get out of the way, open hands. We need our kids to be resilient. Today, the kids are covered in cotton wool. They are so delicate, so, I'm going to get hurt. You know, years ago, we had our kids and teenagers working and doing all sorts of stuff, but now it's like you say one word to them, I'm so upset, It's like, come on, get real. But this is what we're working with today. So we need to build resilience into our kids. So it's not just about bouncing back, being flexible or flourishing, but it's building that in them. And this takes time. You can't just do it overnight. Okay? It takes time. But we need to be building resilience into our children at home, at school, wherever, because they need to learn how to be strong, because life will get in the way. Life sucks at times. I was going to say another word then, but I'm being recorded. But life, it can be difficult. And if they don't know this, then they won't know how to get back up. Okay. Some of you may remember these. Some of you may not. Okay. Who knows what these are? Anybody? 1 or 2? No. I must be so old then. These are Weeble Wobbles. Is anybody? Weebles Wobbles, but they don't fall down. I wish I had this set. I do have some. I forgot to bring them today. I wish I had this set though. I'll try and find this set. They would wobble, but they would always stay up or get back up. And this is what we need to be teaching our children, those that we work with. Okay, you've fallen, get up, dust yourself down. Okay, what have you learned? How can you move forward? Rather than just sit there. Oh. Okay. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. I was working with a 7-year-old who was one-on-one, and he was terrified of public speaking. Terrified. He couldn't do anything. He would just literally freeze up. I worked with him one-on-one over several weeks, and by the end of it, which I didn't actually plan this, but it was really, really good. But by the end of this, the school asked him to get up on the stage and talk to the whole school in assembly. But because I'd worked with him and done different techniques to help him deal with that, he was able to stand up. He only said about 3 words, but for him, that was a major, major breakthrough. Yeah, it wasn't just a case of, but just 1, getting up there, and 2, being able to speak in front of a crowd, was a major breakthrough for him. Okay, I will be coming to those in a moment. Right, okay. So we've got G, get out of the way. R, resilience. E, encouragement, or encouragement. I like this one. The encouragement we give needs to be realistic. It needs to be grounded and realistic and proper. Because I spent 10 years in Taiwan, and I'd go and I'd say, ni hao. That's hello, by the way, if you don't know. So, ni hao. And they'd be like, oh, wow, you're such a linguist. You're so good at Mandarin. I can say hello. At first I was like, oh yeah, this is great. Woo, I can speak. But now I was like, well, actually, my Chinese is very limited. I'm not good at speaking Chinese. The praise and the encouragement I got wasn't real. And in the end, it didn't help me to learn. But there was some people there that was like, okay, this is good, but you need to practice your tones, because Mandarin is tonal. So each word has a different tone, gives it different meaning. But they was real with me, and that helped me to learn more because they were being real, not just, oh, you're so wonderful. So encourage your kids, make it real, keep it real. Otherwise, you will still lose them. All right? Okay. I'll give you an example. When I was working with a group, this was a group, these were teenagers, and they were about to do their exams. So I had them for 3 or 4 days. And there was one kid, he was just like, can't do this, can't do this. And he was just drawing on his paper. So I worked with him, first of all, I found out what he liked, so I could try and work with that and connect with him. Because if you haven't got anything, if you don't know the kid, you need to find something to connect with them. So I worked with him and found out what he liked, and it was football. So I used football analogies for him to explain to him, you can do this, you just need to be thinking about how you can do this, and I encouraged him all the way. And then eventually he started doing his work, and then later I found out that not only did he get a good grade, he passed his exam, but he got a good grade, and that because his thinking had been changed, because I was encouraging him, and it was realistically praise, realistic encouragement, not sort of like over the top. Some people work well with over the top. Again, it's knowing your people as well, knowing your children. but keep your encouragement realistic. Give me a second. Encourage them to have a growth mindset. If you're thinking, right, you've got a growth mindset, oh, I want to learn, I want to grow, things will happen. But if you shut that off, then you won't grow, and no amount of cajoling and pushing and encouragement will help, because they need to have that, at least, even if it's a tiny bit that can work, you can work on that, you can grow that growth mindset. Okay, are we getting to NASA? NASA, I watched the movie Hidden Figures last week, and it was a good movie. But the movie is set before the moon landing. This was set about 5 years before that. And it was the Americans versus the Russians, who's going to get into space first, and all that sort of stuff. But there's one thing that stood out in my mind, is that the American and also the ladies that were helping, that was in the film, they had the mindset, I'm already on the moon. The man is already on the moon. We've already done that. This was years before it actually happened. But they had that mindset. They wasn't working to, oh, we're going to try and get the man on the moon. We're going to maybe, perhaps. It was, no, as far as I'm concerned, the man is already on the moon. We've already done it. And from that, they was able to work and get things sorted out so that they could actually put the man on the moon. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, sorry, I missed one. A, attitude. Oh. How's this work? Sorry. A, so G, get out of the way. R, resilience. E, encouragement. A, attitude. They had the right mindset, they had the right attitude. Okay, so that's where I missed a slide there. Okay, so attitude. You need to have the right kind of attitude and mindset, first of all, to work with children, because if you don't believe in them, nobody else will. This is why I go into coaching children, because nobody else believed in the children. I believed in them, and I worked with them. And because I believe in that and I'm passionate about that, they see that, because kids pick up things very quickly. They will know if you're genuine or not. They will know, they'll suss you out in a second, and they'll know if you're real. So if you've got that passion and that mindset, and you say, look, I believe in you, you can do good things, you might need some training and you might need this and that, but you can achieve great things, they will know that, and then they will start to change. Okay, T. So, they believe they can put man on the moon. T. Trust the process. Trust the process. As you know, life is not always fair. Life is not always fun and adventurous. Life can be difficult. But if you trust the process, things will get better. Things will change. You may not understand it. It's not about understanding it per se. It's about trusting the process. Okay? Okay. On your pieces of on your flyers, you have a stretchy man. One that's to stretch out your comfort zone, so you can go away and play with that. And you've got a piece of paper. On this paper, I want you to take it. I've got some pens. If you need a pen, I want you to write on this one thing that you can't do or you feel that you can't do. Okay? Does anybody need a pen? So very quickly, one thing that you can't do or feel that you can't do. And again, be realistic, like, I want to fly. Well, we can't unless we're in an airplane. So, okay? So just write down one thing that you can't or you feel that you can't do. Does anybody need a pen? Quickly, quickly. How are we doing for time? Doing good. Just one thing, something that you feel that you can't do or that you believe you can't do. Hi. Thank you for joining us. Okay. On this one, on here, write down one thing that you feel that you can't do or you feel that you can't do but would like to do. So just write down one thing very quickly. I'll just give you a little bit more. We all done that? Right. What is this? Ignore the picture, please. Ignore the picture. It's the only one I could find at this size. So, what is this? A coffin. What is a coffin used for? For the dead. Can we just have a moment's silence, please? Because somebody's died. Who died? Who died? If you would like to put your paper into the coffin, I can't is dead. Let me say that again. I can't is dead. D-E-A-D, dead. Don't worry, I'm not going to read these. These will just be destroyed afterwards. So I'm not going to read these. I can't is dead. A dead person has no power over you. I can't is dead. I want you all to say, I can't is dead. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Everybody, a bit louder. I can't is dead. Are you believing that? What's more? I can't is dead. Oh, some good volume at the back there. Okay. Somebody once asked me, but what if it comes back to haunt me? Remind him, you are dead. You have no power over me. Oh, but you can't do this. Oh, who are you? You can't do that. Oh, you'll never be as good as your family or your brothers or your sisters. Because you can't do that. Remind them, I can't is dead. I can't is what? I can't is dead, but he left 2 brothers. I can, I will. I can go to university. I can write that book. I can, whatever you put in here. But it doesn't stop there, because if you're just thinking, I can do this, it will never get done. I can needs to work together with I will. There needs to be action. I can, I will. For many years I believed I couldn't write. No good at grammar, bad spelling, bad this. Who would want to read what I've written anyway? For years I believed that. Then one of my friends sat me down and destroyed every bit, one by one. My grammar's bad, use a computer. I can't spell, use a computer or ask somebody else to proofread it for you. And they destroyed one by one all of my excuses. And at the end, they said, right, you've got no excuses now, go write. So I said, well, I'll try it out, I'll write 2 articles, and if people like it and read it, then I will do that. I wrote 2 articles and I started to write. And now I'm a published author. So I can, I will. Needs to be done together with action. Okay? I can't is. You sure? So, that is just one of the activities that I do with the children to get them believing that they can do things. Trust the process. But also, you need to... You've got to have one of these keep calms in now, haven't you? That's the done thing now, isn't it? Yeah, keep calm. Keep calm. Hey, keep calm. And trust your kids. Because they are remarkable. They can do so much more than we often believe in them or think that they are capable of. So trust your kids. Okay? So let me just recap. 5 points. G, number 1. Get out of the way. Let them go forward. Let them win their race. Be there if they fall or make mistakes, but get out of the way. R, resilience. Build resilience in your children every day, every week. Keep going over them, helping them to get up, helping them to bounce back. E, encouragement. Realistic encouragement will do wonders for your children. If you're constantly criticizing, they'll not do anything. As I said earlier, if it's too over the top and it's not realistic, they still won't do anything. Get that balance, keep it right. Attitude. Have the right mindset to work with your kids and instill that mindset into them that they can achieve, that they can do things. T, trust. Trust the process. Trust your kids. Thank you for listening. If you've got any questions, I've got 5 minutes. So if you've got any questions, you can ask me now, or my stand is just around the corner, 51B, literally just around the corner, just there. I'm here all day, so you can ask me questions. Come to my stand. I have a number of offers on for different programs that you may be interested in with either your children or with your work. Come and talk to me about working together. That'd be really great. So, do we have any questions? Have you found this useful? Good. Okay, so remember, great kids. Thank you for listening.